There was a mid-air collision of a US Army helicopter and an American Airlines jet in Washington, D.C. To talk more about the incident, I have the Federal's business editor, K. Giri Prakash, with me. Giri, my first question to you is, what are the main reasons mid-air collisions like this happen?
I mean, in this case, at least it was human error, and it was very tragic that it happened. It happened near Washington, D.C., involving an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. I think the air traffic control had warned the helicopter pilot that he's getting very close to this jet, and he should have, and they actually asked him to fly under the aircraft, below the aircraft, duck. What do you call it is, you duck under kind of thing. But I don't know what happened. He went and crashed right into the aircraft. Very tragic, actually. It shouldn't have happened.
So, how do air traffic controllers manage so many flights at the same time, and what might have gone wrong here?
So, several reasons. One is there could be a miscommunication between pilots and air traffic control, failure to maintain a proper visual separation, and this is very, very important. This visual separation, that means that whatever that your eye sees, you should immediately recognize that my aircraft is, or my jet or my helicopter is close to the other aircraft in the sky. So you should fly a bit, at a distance, and that's very important. And and the most obvious one is the navigation errors. So the the preliminary reports indicate that less than 30 seconds before the crash, air traffic controller asked the helicopter crew if they had American Airlines in flight, and this is what I'm talking about: usual visual separation. The crew actually confirmed that there was a visual contact, and was instructed to pass behind the plane. However, the collision happened immediately, and
So, why do military helicopters and passenger planes sometimes fly in the same airspace, and is this dangerous?
Yeah, let me take your other question first. You're talking about how air traffic controllers manage several multiple flights. So they do that by utilizing radar systems, communication protocols, and establishing flight procedures to ensure safe separation between aircraft. They provide instructions regarding aircraft altitude, speed, flight paths to pilots, and especially near major airports, like say in Chennai, or a Delhi, or a Bombay, or even a Bangalore airport. What you require is precise coordination, maintaining safe separation. So these are the things that are very important. And regarding the question regarding how military aircraft and passenger planes sometimes fly in the same airspace, and is this obviously, it is dangerous, but it can't be helped because the airfields could be, defense airfields could be closer, and they could be at a level where you can't avoid these things. So, therefore, you really have to follow very strict regulations, coordination between military and civilian air traffic controllers. All this have to happen. Um, you can on land, if there is a collision between two trains, or even a collision between two passenger cars, there is a good possibility that many might survive. But when it comes to air collisions, there's zero chance that passengers survive.
So, Giri, what steps will the FAA and military take to investigate the crash, and how long will it take to find out what really happened?
So pretty obvious, they'll have to go to the black box that is fitted into the aircraft, and actually, it records whatever the pilots talk about movements before an air crash, and through that, it also records where exactly things went wrong, whether any kind of mechanical failures and stuff like that. So all this gets actually recorded in the black box, and once they bring it to the surface from the river, investigations will start. They will talk to a lot of witnesses, uh, and but they will be, and then it could actually take several months, because please understand that whatever the probe committee finds out is final, and it can be taken to court. So therefore, they do take several months analyzing the whole thing before actually coming to a conclusion.
Okay, and what safety measures can airlines and the military improve to make sure that such an accident doesn't happen again?
Before answering this question, I want to tell you that uh, there are very few air accidents that happen worldwide. Okay, so it is safe to fly. Just because these things happen doesn't mean that it's not safe to fly. It's actually very safe to fly. All right, and but then it's an ongoing process. It's a process where you have to keep on improving your ability to see that these things don't occur. So what do you need to do? You have to have enhanced training. Regular joint training exercises have to take place between civilian and military aircraft pilots, and traffic controllers too have to undergo these kind of uh, training, and then we must invest a lot in advanced technology, so that the collision avoidance system is in place and is up to date, stuff like that. And then they have to keep on revising the procedures. It's always a work in progress, and they have to update flight operation procedures, and they have to improve communication when it comes to channels between military and civilian air traffic control. And these things I'll have to do all the time.
Giri, I want to ask you one final question. How will this accident impact American Airlines, specifically business and reputation? And what steps might the company take to regain public trust?
Well, very unfortunate thing. It just happened that American Airlines was the one which was flying, whose flight got into this mishap. But I'm sure American Airlines has flown thousands of flights before, and nothing much has happened. So obviously, this cannot be taken out of context and said, see how bad the situation is for American Airlines. It will surely dent their reputation. There's no doubt about it. But then it's also important they provide timely and transparent updates to the passengers, and also about investigation progress and findings that they have to do. They have to support the affected families. This is very, very important. They just can't say that, it's not something that we could do anything more about it. They have to do counseling, and whatever funds have to be given, whatever compensation has to be given, it has to be given promptly, even while the investigation is going on. All these things have to do. They have to do strict safety audits, and they should engage with the public. They just can't shut themselves up and say that they are not responsible for all this. These three or four things they have to do it continuously, and only then whatever reputation has been dented will to a large extent turn into sympathizing with the airline.